Hi, we're doing this.
Hi.
You sound-
Apologies for my voice.
Yes. Okay. There's a lot going on in both of our homes right now, illnesses and such.
We'll be talking about my thymosin alpha immune peptide therapy journey in February with Dr. Vojdani. But basically, I got sick at the same time while taking it. And the first couple doses can make you kind of feel also. So my body is detoxing. It's been a whirlwind.
No one else in your house is sick, thankfully. So
No.
you're just powering through this solo.
Powering through it solo is just very difficult when like the mom is sick, and
Yeah.
and the first 2 days, I'm like, oh, I can do it. I can handle it. I'm like taking all my bone broth, doing all my remedies. And then I get worse. And then I kind of like fall off because I get worse because I fall off and I forget to do all the things I need to do because I'm doing all the kids stuff.
The stomach flu hit our house.
That was bad.
I'm like waiting for the final shoe to drop, but basically my son and my husband both went down. And like,
hopefully, knock on wood, you won't get it.
Knock wood. Although, like right before this podcast, I was like, "Oh, do I feel nauseous? I don't know."
I will say it was impressive that you got all of those sheets cleaned and towels. That was
wow. Oh yes, yes. But Branch Basics to the rescue. Major shout out to them because that laundry detergent, while not cheap, it does work.
It works.
One thing in my arsenal that is worth it. All right. That brings us to the Millennial Finds of the Week. I know you got a few lined up. You give us yours, and then you're going to love mine.
All right. Mine is they're new earplugs, but they're reusable, and they actually look really pretty.
They look like earrings.
And they have all the different sizes, and I have tiny little ears, and so they fit. And they work wonderfully because my husband goes to bed really late and you can see a spike in my Oura ring. And I know exactly what time he goes to bed because it spikes because I get woken up. And when I wear those things, I don't get woken up. Granted, now a child when, they have to come get me, and they scare the bejesus out of me. But luckily we've been good and everybody's been sleeping, so we're good. But those are the most amazing thing. And I think I might have to get those as gifts for people because it's incredible. And then my other thing is this
that means you're going to be able to sleep in the same room as me when I'm snoring in Cabo.
Well, as long as I fall asleep first, we're good. I love it. Or at Expo West, yes. Whenever we sleep together, yes. No, we're good. Emily, you're good. It's all good. Luckily, I can sleep anywhere. It's just I got woken up for a minute. My other thing is this like box cutter thing that like you can literally it's like a little handle that you just push through the cardboard and it makes breaking down the boxes so much easier.
Oh, that's good for all the you order.
Pretty much. And then on the guy's side, my husband has been loving the Terra thread. What are they called? Votera. Those black t-shirts. Those like regenerative t-shirts. Yeah, and he's been loving them, and he just went and ordered more himself.
Oh no! See how great is that?
Yeah, so
it's confusing because I will say, TerraThread owns Votera. There are two separate websites. If you go onto TerraThread to order the t-shirts, there are t-shirts on there, not the same t-shirts, and they're sold out. If you go onto Votera, they're all sizes available. We'll link it here, and they're great. And my husband loves them too. I didn't know we were doing husband finds. My husband is also loving. What are those shorts?
Riker.
The Riker shorts.
We've basically been dressing our husbands exactly the same.
Yes. The Riker shorts. He's been training for a marathon in. They work. They're great. And like they're real fine. So we can also
like good fabric. There's no chafing. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
a little bit sometimes.
You like it because he's training for a marathon. Some of those
most people don't run 10 miles a day like he does, but
that's true. But yeah, some of the products like that he used to buy on Amazon, like running shorts and stuff, were really like giving him terrible irritation on the skin. Yeah. So it's so much better to have non-toxic running materials. And then also all of our running exercise clothes for women that we linked in that post that we did, which I'll link here too. Those have been awesome swap for me as well. Okay, but that's not my find of the week. Are we up to
what's your find of the we're still okay. We're like Okay, go.
We're still going. I am so excited about this. The gluten-free community is really excited about this, okay? Everyone who is gluten-free needs to know this. Modern Bread and Bagel, they used to have this thing where they would come out with or I think they still have it. They come out with a different bagel every month. If you know, the best bagel of the month of their monthly thing was their pretzel bagel that only came out in August. People from the gluten-free community, me included, would go and hoard pretzel bagels in the month of
And
August.
I know this because, I mean, granted, we're on the phone with each other every day, but she would get so excited. And I would know from the sound of her voice when this bagel would come out.
I know, because it's so good. Because, if you're gluten-free, you haven't had a hot pretzel like at a baseball game. Like, I miss a hot pretzel. This tastes like a hot pretzel, but it's in the form of a bagel, but it still tastes like a hot pretzel. It's so good. So I would stock up and I would freeze them, but then eventually they'd run out and I'd be devastated. And I literally messaged them from your account and was like, please help a girl out. Please make these year round. We cannot survive without these. Like Dr. Organic Mommy wants these, They said we're working on it.
I don't think I've had a pretzel regular bagel or regular pretzel bread.
Hot pretzel, you're missing out, girlfriend.
No, like Wetzel's pretzels from like when I was like a teenager walking around at the mall. That's the last time I think I remember eating
those
that.
I don't like so much. I'm talking like I'm a real New York City, like hot pretzel on the street situation, like that stuff.
So
Long
they
story.
apparently ship everywhere, right?
The good news here, the happy ending of this all, is that Modern Bread and Bagel heard our cries, and they have decided to launch the pretzel bagel year round.
Emily's never been more excited.
Never. Mine arrive on Thursday. That's tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I ordered a dozen just in case they go out of stock because they said there'll be a run, and there have been a run. It's a whole thing.
It's only going to last you 12 days.
No kidding.
Well, less actually if you're
less if I get the stomach bug.
Oh, that's true. They have the stomach bug. They're not eating. All right.
The topic of the day is eggs. Obviously, we all know what your favorite eggs are. Thank God that you told me about those eggs, or, I don't know what I would have done without those eggs for the last year. But the whole world is talking about Vital Farm eggs right now, even though it's not new news. They think it's new news.
Well, I think it's just become more people are promoting like the lab testing. So that lab testing done on the actual egg, on the food itself, was done by Ashley Strong from Nourish Cooperative. Her and her sister Sarah run it. And they wanted to test to see the amount of linoleic acid, omega-6 fatty acids versus omega-3 fatty acids in eggs. And this is because Nourish Cooperative focuses very much on not only having no corn or soy in their feed, in their supplemental feed, but making sure to have it be a low PUFA feed and polyunsaturated fatty acids. And those can come from things like flax seeds and sunflower seeds. And that's where like this whole seed oil craze has also come from. And, I think it's gotten blown out of proportion with seed oils. Like I'm personally not a fan of all seed oils just because it makes me feel.
Yeah,
but
me too.
There's some nuance there, like with cold pressed like sunflower oil, right? There's some nuance there versus like the sunflower oil that is in like processed snacks and food, right? So I think people blow it out of proportion, and even like we did reels on that, and I had to explain but no one read the caption. Like I can't just make a generalized statement like that, but. Anyways, my point being with the eggs. So most eggs, actually all eggs out there that I know of, except unless you're going, to Nourish, and luckily Nourish is slowly growing their business because she's very mindful about keeping their product very
high quality.
High quality, exactly. So the feed makes a difference. So what the chicken feeds on makes a difference in terms of the nutrients you absorb. And so they tested Vital Farms also and found that the linoleic acid amount in those eggs was quite high. And while we think, yes, eggs are superfoods, it's not all equal. And it's such a bummer. And people are also telling me, oh, well, they're expensive. They've actually just lowered their prices to try and have more people get have access to them. The other thing is like, because Emily said this too, she's like, well, you have to order 4 dozen at a time. I can't eat 4 dozen. They are unwashed, and so they last for several months.
Yeah, they last in the fridge for 3 months.
Exactly. In the fridge yeah, correct. You have to put them in the fridge on the counter for like a month, but you end up going through it. And so you can go through like a dozen. I mean, I go through, there's too many kids in my house, so we go through like a dozen a day. But there's 4 kids.
I know. You're feeding a lot of
auntie, and then we always have everybody here. Like, so
nuts. Yeah. FYI, I brought my own eggs when I came to visit.
Yes, you did, because I ran out of eggs. Because my eggs don't ask. I needed to bring more eggs. Anyways, luckily we got it because they weren't shipping on time because I had messed up. Anyways, so with eggs, that's something to consider. Fatty acids aren't inherently bad. The problem is the balance. And people are eating so many foods with omega-6s because of so many processed foods right now. We're not getting enough omega-3 fatty acids. People rarely get in omega-3 fatty acids, let alone do they not supplement with it. So the balance is completely thrown off, and that's where it becomes problematic for you.
I'm looking something up because I wanted to ask you. So people are going to ask, are there any supermarket eggs that you approve of? What about those Happy Hens?
So Happy Hens, Pete and Jerry's, so they all add different things to make the yolk brighter. Pete and Jerry's are better. Their feed still isn't something that I'm crazy about. It's still definitely better than the most out there. So everybody's at a different point in their journey. And I definitely didn't focus on this 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago.
Well, in fairness, you did buy those eggs from...
I bought them from the farmer's market. Yes. And I knew Apricot Lane eggs. So it's still better feed. But again, it's not low proof of feed. It's still much better because I saw the chickens. I went to the farm multiple times. I went to Apricot Lane Farms and I saw the chickens and how they grazed and how they moved. They had mobile coops and how they would move them every 2 to 3 days to have different pastures. But again, chickens do require supplemental feed for that.
Interesting.
Oh, but what I was going to say is that a lot of the other egg companies, like in the grocery stores, they do add things like turmeric and marigold flowers. While healthy, it makes the yolk appear brighter and more orange, right? As if they're getting a lot of bugs.
So you want like a true yellow yolk.
The yolk is always going to be different. In a true pasture-raised chicken, the yolks will be different because some chickens will eat a lot more bugs than other chickens. And then also time of the year also matters. The color of the eggs also depends on the breed of the bird. So we've been taught like, oh, you have to have all white eggs. Those are just from one type of chicken. It doesn't mean anything about the quality of the egg.
I think there's 2 quick things I want you to address. White versus brown eggs versus blue eggs, and that whole thing. And then also collagen. Okay, go.
Type of chicken breed. That's obviously like, I'm not a chicken expert. I'm still learning. So take this all with a grain of salt.
But you have chickens, which is far more of an expert than I am. I got nothing. I got like a stuffed animal.
I have a variety of chicken breeds and they produce different chicken egg colors. Like the egg, the shell is different colors. So that's all it means. We just have been told, oh, we should only eat white eggs.
At one point, like brown eggs seemed healthier than white eggs for some reason. I don't know why. Organic. I don't know.
I love you. No, I get it. I see why. Yes. You're like, oh, the brown eggs would be better just because, you get the brown eggs from the farmer's market versus the white eggs from the grocery store. But again, it just depends. So I will say, try to support your local farmers. There is an app called the Red Hen app. It is an amazing organization where they started this and they crowdfunded it. And I reached out to them because I was so excited and I thought it was a brilliant idea where they get all of these farmers from all over the country and they sign them up so they can connect farmers with the consumer. So you can say, hey, you sell eggs. I want to buy local eggs. Hey, you sell raw milk. I want raw milk. Or you have vegetables. I want to get those from you. And you're supporting those local farmers who may not have either the business sense or may not have the funds to be able to even set up a website, right? Because that becomes very difficult. So Red Hen app, please support them. They are incredible. They have all these regenerative farmers on there. Download now and check them out. And that's how you can find so many great people and support them, and also go local. And it makes your carbon footprint go down. Things taste better when you get them fresh. It makes such a difference.
Can you explain buying collagen powder versus like,
Oh,
why don't you just buy good eggs from Angel Acres? Don't buy the collagen powder, and explain.
all right. So hard boil an egg and it has that like thin little transparent membrane, and you pull it off because you're like, oh, it doesn't taste good. That's collagen. That's free collagen, and you should eat that. So I take that and I put it into the kids' eggs. I eat it because I just sprinkle salt and I eat it.
Doesn't, yeah, it's great.
And it's great. Collagen also, that's also a free source. I drink a ton of bone broth, and Nourish Cooperative has it. If you want to make your own bone broth, it's so easy to do. You can literally just throw it in an Instapot if you have that, or the 360 cookware, like
slow cooker.
The 360 cooker, slow cooker. You can put it in that, or just even on the stove. You throw in some chicken feet, the back of the chicken, and throw in some veggies, and if you want, and you strain it all out, and you have got amazingly rich broth that has such like gelatinous collagen, and I drink that every day.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I did, but I don't. I eat the collagen on the egg. It's good. Anything else you want to add on eggs?
Don't be too hard on yourself. Eggs are still very good for you. They're a great source of choline. They're a great source of like, so many different vitamins and nutrients, selenium. Like, just still continue eating eggs. Some people can't, and that's fine, but eggs are still very healthy for you. Obviously, sourcing is important, but do the best you can, and don't fret when you're like, I just can't afford to do that right now, and that's not in my budget. That's okay. When we talk about it, this has been like 2 decades in the making, for at least for me, and what I've gone through in my journey, and it's been very different.
Very good advice. Thank you.
This podcast does not constitute medical advice or recommendation. Please consult your doctor.